Hi, welcome back. My name is Ashley Beal and I'm a registered dietitian. Today I have with me my friend and fellow dietitian, Taryn Cullen.
Today we're going to be making a peanut style ramen. I wanted to make this meal because it's very quick and easy. Myself, a lot of the people that I work with don't necessarily enjoy cooking. So it's kind of nice to have some dishes that are really low labor on your rotation. This one I think is very good for you're at home, you want to make a quick, easy lunch. So we'll get right into it. As far as ingredients go, you're going to need some peanut butter. We will also need coconut aminos. If you don't have coconut aminos, you can use other aminos. You can also use soy sauce. We've got some maple syrup. We're gonna use rice vinegar. We have vegetable oil. You can really use any kind of oil. Most recipes are gonna call for sesame oil. If you have that, that would be great, but this is what we've got on hand, so that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna have some garlic powder, some ginger powder, and then of course, we've got our ramen noodles. There's 2 of us, so we've got 2 packs. And then, again, it's a quick, easy meal. So we got some cabbage, pre-shredded, all different kinds. There's even some carrot as well in here. It's gonna just make a really nice, colorful dish that's very easy to throw together. And of course, we've got some edamame.
I will say the shredded cabbage and carrot, I did find a bag with both of those mixed together. So if you have them separate where you want to buy your shredded cabbage and your shredded carrots, you can also do that.
For equipment, you're gonna need a pot big enough to boil your ramen. Again, we're gonna make double, so the pot is a little bit on the bigger side. You're gonna need some kind of pan. So we have a pan to kind of heat up the veggies, help heat up the sauce a little bit. And then we've got a mixing bowl to make our sauce. We've got tongs to kind of blend everything together at the end. And I think that's it. First off, I'm gonna have you start by boiling some water. Okay. That is obviously gonna take a little bit longer, so let's start that first because the goal here is to do this pretty quickly. So you go ahead, boil some water, and then we will get started on the sauce. All right, so now that we have some water started to boil, we're gonna go ahead and start making the sauce. First ingredient on our list is gonna be the peanut butter. I'm gonna have you add about half a cup. You really can modify this recipe to your own preferences. So if you try the sauce and it's too peanutty or not enough or too thick or too thin, we're gonna go through a lot of the different modifications you can kind of make once you experiment and see how you like it. So half a cup of peanut butter in your mixing bowl. First ingredient, we're gonna add the peanut butter. I'm just gonna estimate our ingredients here today for the most part, so I'm just gonna use a spoon.
Taryn does it like me where we don't measure the sticky things.
We're not trying to do all those dishes, you know? So I'm gonna estimate half a cup. I'm sure you have one at home. You can just eyeball it. Do a little bit more.
How's that?
That looks great.
Okay.
We are not done with our sauce quite yet, but you should have a pretty thickened mixture. It's going to look a little bit darker than the peanut butter because again, coconut aminos, everything else that we've added. This is looking great so far, but we are not done yet. We definitely want to add some garlic and some ginger. Ooh, hold please. For our garlic powder, we're gonna do about a tablespoon. All right. Last ingredient, we're gonna use some ground ginger and we're gonna do about a teaspoon of that. And then our sauce will be done.
One of the things that Taryn and I talked about was making this sauce from scratch. Typically we would use a store-bought peanut sauce, but when she was telling me what usually goes in it, I feel like these are a lot of staple ingredients that you have around your house. And so if you can't find peanut sauce in your store or you don't want to run to the grocery store for that, I feel like these are a lot of good ingredients to just have around.
So next I am going to have you blend up our dry ingredients into the wet mixture. And then you can probably hear that our water is boiling, so we're gonna go ahead and add our noodles.
Once you have the ramen in your boiling water, turn it down to low and let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Now we're going to start warming up our vegetables. Again, we're not really cooking them here. We're just warming them up a little bit. So I've added some oil to the pan. we have some pre-shredded cabbage and carrot blend, different colors going on and a little bit more of a mixture. And again, since there is 2 of us, I'm gonna add a lot of this mixture to the pan. Turn the pan to a medium low. So I'm getting them coated in a little bit of oil just to soften them up. We're also gonna be adding some de-shelled edamame. This is frozen, so we're gonna pop it in the microwave really briefly just to thaw it out a little bit and then add it to our vegetable mixture.
The pasta is done here, so I'm just gonna set it aside. We're actually gonna use some of the hot pasta water in just a minute for the sauce.
Right, we've thawed our edamame, so just enough that it's gonna be our protein in the dish. So I'm just gonna add it to our vegetable mixture here. Mix everything together. Now that that's blended, I'm just gonna do a drizzle of coconut aminos because I really like that flavor. All right, believe it or not, we are almost done. Last thing is to combine everything here. So we've got our beautiful peanut sauce that we made earlier today. It is a little on the thicker side. So what I'm gonna have Ashley do now is I'm gonna have her scoop out some of our pasta water and add it to our sauce. She's using 1/3 cup. Again, I don't measure things a lot of the times. Just kind of fly by the seat of my pants a little bit. And honestly, that's what we like about this.
Yes, something easy.
Yes. Something easy, something that you can make with what you have on hand, something that you can modify if you don't like a certain flavor or you want more of a certain flavor. All right, now that our sauce is all mixed up, it's gonna look a lot thinner than it previously did. And I'm gonna go ahead and have Ashley add our noodles to our veggie edamame mixture. Perfect. Now we've got everything in one pan. We're gonna go ahead and mix it together. Our noodles, our edamame, our shredded cabbage, our shredded carrots. And again, it's okay if yours is a little bit different. It's okay if you wanted more shredded carrot, or you could certainly add a different kind of protein if you want. We're keeping this veggie friendly today, but you could absolutely add chicken, tofu, whatever suits you.
I really like the tongs with the recipe too, because I feel like with ramen noodles, mixing it with a spoon is so much more challenging than just being able to pick it up and mix everything.
Definitely. I'm gonna take about half of our sauce and just drizzle it on top so we can mix in the good flavors. I'm just going to go ahead and add the rest of the sauce for today. If you are making a lot of sauce for just you and you feel like you don't need it all, it's very easy to just put that in a container, a little jar you have on hand, save it for later. Again, a lot of times I am making this by myself, for lunch, so I will save the extra for the next day. All right, so we've got our finished dish here, and we're ready to plate.
It smells so good. Don't do this with a white shirt. Thank you. Okay, now for the best part. Oh my gosh. How is it?
It's good, very peanutty, the way that I like it.
Would you say this is how you usually make it?
I do love a shortcut, so I do often use a store-bought sauce, but this is kind of a testament to homemade.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Taryn, thank you so much for showing us this recipe. This is so good, and it was incredibly easy.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad I got to share something with you all.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you were able to make this, definitely let us know. And let us know if you made any of your own changes.
As always, I will do my best to link everything that we used here today in the description below. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and I'll see you next time.